since the age of 3. My daddy already.
This is a 12-rounder. Here's round number 1. Got a fast fighter on one side here, Teddy, against a high motor guy on the other side, a guy that'll be there working all night long. What kind of fight do you expect?
Well, I think what you want if you're the fast fighter is you want to relax a little bit, not go out and just shoot too fast early. Keep it nice and steady and control range a little bit.
There he goes! He goes down from that headshot. So he goes down, but able to get up to his feet. Teddy, what should he be thinking about now?
Well, right now, just surviving, but if he survives, then he better figure out why he was put on the floor.
Teddy, do you think the sport needs a national or international government?
Well, at least it used to be a major sport that doesn't have that. And there's no unilateral control. And when there's no unilateral, too many spots that do not serve the sport.
Good counter. A lot of work to the body here early on by him. Teddy, is that a certain mentality these guys?
They understand that's not something that's glorious. That's not something that, you know, like a great left hook on the chin, bang, it gets results right away. They understand that that's something that pays off later and something you got to start early and stay with.
Able to dismiss it.
I made the
list. Good block by Gamboa. Oh, and he comes back with an uppercut there after getting hit. He took a shot, but he came back with a right hand of his own. Keeps his hands up defensively, protecting the head. They trade shots. He comes back with a right hand. Zoning in on that gut combination punch downstairs. That's great stuff. He fires one right back after taking Gamboa. End of the round. So he scores the knockdown and now heads back to his corner. Teddy, do you ever have to calm a guy down after he scored a knockdown?
That's a really great point because a lot of times that can be the turning point, but not for your guy that scored the knockdown, for the other guy. Because sometimes when you score a knockdown, you start to think it's going to be an easy night. And you forget what you knew when you came in. That was all the tools out of the tool shed. And it's important to remember that.
Oh, and they decide to trade there. Good clean shot, returning fire. Well done by Gamboa.
Buddy, on your feet.
Duran able to land the counter punch. Not an accurate hook at all. Blocks the headshot. Pulls the trigger right away with the left hand after getting tagged himself. Oh, they both land flush with uppercuts. Takes one to give one. He comes back with a right hand. Oh, that's gotta hurt. Yuriorkis Gamboa stunned and he is hurt. Gamboa able to block that punch. That is a big right hand after eating one himself. Oh, and he comes back with an uppercut there after getting hit. Oh, that's good stuff. Fire. Oh, and there you go. He falls victim to that big hook. He took a shot, but he came back with a right hand of his own. And now you're seeing the beard that this guy possesses, because he went from stunned and damaged to staying right upright.
Oh, this is like Santa Claus's beard. I'm telling you right now.
Good way to protect the midsection. Takes one, gives one. The right hand scores well. Oh, what an exchange. Duran with a block. So we come to the end of the round. And that was a round that was very productive for him. Now he heads back to his corner. And they're going to try to repeat the success they just had, I'm sure.
Yes, he hurt his opponent there. He's going to want to go back to what he was doing and remember what set up those big shots.
Needs to improve that accuracy. Missed with the headshot. Roberto Duran's in a tough spot here, and I think his opponent probably knows it, Teddy, don't you? I mean, he's got to realize that his work rate has been tailing off ever since he got to him.
Well, that's the problem. That's why his opponent's getting more confident. You never allow, you know, what's that old saying? Never let the other guy know you're sweating. Well, never let the other fighter know that you're hurt or you're not right, that you're not sure of yourself. He's allowed him to know that, and he's using that knowledge against him right now.
Teddy, you like to...
Oh, I love it. When you're in close, you want to keep those punches nice and short so you don't leave an opening. I like to see him visit downstairs a little more, though.
What a great job. He gave one right back in return. Nice work by Yuriorkis Gamboa. There's the headshot, but he parries it away. Coming to the halfway point of this third round. Nice block by Yuriorkis Gamboa. One minute to go in this round. Neither man has decided to slow down at all. Oh boy, what a round. Oh, that's good stuff. Firing right back with one of his own. Good work by Roberto Duran. A well-placed, gutsy uppercut after being tagged. Roberto Duran blocks that. Duran counters back. And there's the left hand working well for him again. Oh, and he returns fire with a left hand. Gamboa lands a nice counter punch. A little give and take, and here comes the left hand. Yuriorkis Gamboa is probably thinking that he just won that round, and with good reason, Teddy. He was just busier.
Yeah, he was busy as controlling the tempo, is controlling the pace of the fight right now. You know, simply put, you're watching two guys and you say, that guy's the boss, that guy's not.
Comes right back at him with a left hand. Missed the target with that hook. Digs in with a good solid uppercut after taking one. Duran with a block. Oh, they both land flush with uppercuts. Good defensive skill. Good counter by Gamboa. Well, he's throwing it, but just missed. Isn't landing it. Roberto Duran looks like he has a bloody nose now. Nice strike after catching one by Roberto Duran. Right hand over the top. He counters back after denying his opponent's shot. What a chin. Can you believe the shots this guy's absorbing?
And more importantly, can his opponent believe it? You know what? You want to hit a guy, so you figure that that's a good thing, that's an encouraging thing. This is a case where his opponent might get discouraged just by seeing his guy take those kind of shots.
And a second hook by Gamboa. Nice block. A little defense turns to offense by Gamboa. What a great job. He gave one right back in return. Nice work by Roberto Duran. Threw the straight right hand, but didn't score with it. Good defense, just covering up down low. Nice, precise work, doubling it up by Gamboa. Good way to protect the midsection. Oh, that's gotta hurt. Roberto Duran's in a bad place right now. He was tagged. Gamboa's punch stats tell the story of that last round, Teddy. He was just the busier man.
Yeah, he was the busier man. Not big blows, you know, not real damaging blows, but he controlled the tempo.
Good action throughout. We'll see if it keeps up in this round of what has been a very even fight. Good counter punch by Roberto Duran. Teddy, you know what I'm so impressed by? Obviously, the pace of this fight is just ridiculous. But how hungry these guys are. How badly each guy wants it.
Joe, this is the kind of fight that it has nothing to do about money. It has everything to do about legacy. How they're going to be remembered.
Must be the punch of the day. Both guys bringing home uppercuts. Doing well on the outside. That is a big right hand after eating one himself. It's got the look of a fight that's going to go the distance. But I'll tell you this, Teddy. It'll have lots of action right to the final bell.
Yeah, I have a funny feeling this is like a throwback fight. And these are the mentalities of these two fighters. If you told them it was a 20-round fight, like the old days, a 30-round fight, they would somehow find a way to go the distance.
Oh, and there you go. Roberto Duran stunned and staggered. And another jab comes in. Teddy, he went from being on the edge of the cliff to now climbing back up the mountain.
Well, you know, that's where you'd want to know if a guy recovers fast. Obviously, he has the capacity to recover very quickly.
Yuriorkis Gamboa is dominating the action so far tonight. These middle rounds are showing that his style of coming at you and trying to get you is working out.
Yeah, it's worked out so far. We'll see whether or not his opponent makes an adjustment. He doesn't do well with guys that move.
You can see he's trying to score up top, but off the mark there. 60 seconds to go in what has been a toe-to-toe war. Oh, what a great round. Teddy, there are opportunities that are here for him, aren't there?
Yeah, counterpunch opportunities because he's got an opponent who's walking in a little bit. Now he has a chance to start to chuck something back at him a little.
Took a shot, now he gives a left. Takes one to give one, he comes back with a right hand. Lands flush with the two-punch combo by Yuriorkis Gamboa. This has been a hotly contested war throughout, and you just have a sense that it's going to end at any moment in these later rounds.
Yeah, these guys are not saving anything. They're going for broke right from the beginning.
As this round starts, one question lingers over this fight. Will it end right here? You saw the damage that was done in the last round. Now he has a chance to close the show.
Does he want to end it? I think sometimes in life, in boxing, anything, it comes down to nothing more complicated than do you want to do it? If he wants to end this, he ends it. Forget about jabs, forget about technique, all that stuff. Does he want to end it?
Oh, that's good stuff. Firing right back with one of his own. Good work by Yuriorkis Gamboa. Roberto Duran's gone into a defensive shell, but that shell has cracks in it.
Yeah, it does, and the reason why it's getting cracked is because his opponent is confident that with those earmuffs on, you know, going into that peekaboo defense that he is, he knows he's handcuffed, so he's putting together 3, 4, 5 punches where normally he would only throw 1 or 2, worried something's going to come back.
This is great stuff. I mean, great stuff. Bringing it every which way they are.
So you remember the time you were on vacation, you saw that perfect sunset?
Oh, yeah.
It was just beautiful. This is beautiful.
There he is on the inside, doing well. There's the headshot, but he parries it away. Nice exchange. Both right hands landed. Wow, Teddy, he's got some great hand speed there. That combination was an example of it.
Yeah, it was. You know, not a lot of power, not a lot of pop with it, but boy, it catches your attention. And you know what? That kind of speed can intimidate a guy and keep his opponent maybe from moving his hands later on.
Look at him put his punches together. Able to dismiss that body shot. Oh, what an exchange! That is a big right hand after eating one himself. Able to cover up along the belt line, blocks that one. Yuriorkis Gamboa is back in his corner now, probably reflecting on what was a very solid round. Now, he didn't overwhelm his guy with a quantity of punches, but he was so effective with what he did put forth.
Yeah, you're right. You know, a lot of times people think that the muscles that count the most in any sport, and especially in this sport, such a difficult sport, is, you know, the biceps, the physical things that you see, you know, the chest, the back. You know, this guy's got the strong muscle up top, you know, over his shoulders, in between his shoulders, his brain. And that's why he's picking the spot so well. That muscle is serving him to win this fight right now.
Roberto Duran blocks that. Gamboa lands a nice counterpunch. And just as we anticipated, toe-to-toe right from the start.
No introductions necessary.
Very precise double jab by Yuriorkis Gamboa. Undoubtedly, the most effective element of his entire arsenal tonight is his jab. He's so committed to fighting on the outside, and he's jabbing away beautifully.
Well, Customato used to tell me, Teddy, when you're in doubt, jab. Well, this fighter, when he's been in doubt, he's jab. When he's been sure of himself, he's jab. As you said, he's made a jab fest of this all night long.
Defense just covering up down low. Roberto Duran's legs just aren't there, but with good reason, Teddy. His opponent's been going to the body.
Yeah, he has, and again, that's like putting money in the bank there, Joe. You put the money in the bank, and, you know, you don't get rich right away, but you keep going to that body, you keep putting the money in that bank, and all of a sudden, the interest, it starts to accumulate. And before you know it, you're rich. Or, like right here, you have your opponent where he's breaking down.
What a great round. 2 minutes in, 60 seconds to go. There's the old 1-2. Teddy, this is one of those moments where you just wish you could pick up the phone and call up the world and say, tune in. Everybody should be watching this, right?
I have a cell phone. I might do that right now.
Start dialing. Good job fighting from the outside. Return to sender with the left hand. Staying away from those headshots with his defense up top. What a good war this has been. What a good, solid fight it's been. The kind of fight that tells me somebody wants to get rid of the other guy.
It almost looks like they made a deal where neither one could win by decision, where if they didn't win by knockout, it doesn't count.
Here we are, the start of a new round, but it's the action that was put forth in a damaging way in the last round that's carrying over the storyline here. He's in prime position to end this fight now.
He is, and I think that right now his opponent is probably thinking about another line of work. So if he jumps on him, maybe he removes this guy.
Duran able to land the counter punch. Wow! Roberto Duran's in bad shape. Oh, he goes down hard, and now he's got a real problem ahead of him. Plenty of time for his opponent to jump on him.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So he is able to get up to his feet after that knockdown, but Teddy, it's what's ahead that's the problem.
Yeah, we're getting a peek right now into his heart, into his soul.
Wow, is he defensively sound. See, he's got his guard up really well that time, and it protects his head. Back and forth exchange. Now, this is just beautiful to watch. Watch how he just links one to the next, Teddy. A beautiful sequence, almost like musical notes being played.
Well, exactly. It's a nice tune because it just follows. One, as you said, follows the other. Nice and smooth.
To go in a round that feels like an all-time classic. Punch for punch, they're meeting each other. Oh, Roberto Duran's in a bad place right now. He was tagged. Clearly hurt, but holding on.
He's hugging him like he just got home for Christmas.
And now you're seeing the beard that this guy possesses because he went from stuns and damage to... Oh, that's gotta hurt. Roberto Duran's in a bad spot right now. He's been stunned. Now his opponent got away from that. Late goings here of this round, and he goes down. Can he survive it? So he goes down, but able to get up to his... And there's the bell. Can you believe that? He was saved by the bell. Teddy, you've been in a spot like this before as a trainer.
Right now, you know what? What do you spend time on? You want to spend time on telling him why he got in that spot, why he got hit. But first, you got to make sure he revives. You got to get him clear-minded. You got to get his senses back first.
Yuriorkis Gamboa with a block punch. Doubling up those hooks to the body by Yuriorkis Gamboa. Yuriorkis Gamboa is showing us that if he pulls this trigger, he's hitting that target. His accuracy is great.
Well, that's part of his ability. You know, I mean, it's not just his hand speed and that he's technically good. You know, he's got a little bit of pop, but he knows when to throw. See, that's important, Joe. Knowing when to let the hands go. He knows exactly what time it is.
Oh, Roberto Duran's legs look shaky. He was hurt. Roberto Duran's like a piece of Velcro against his opponent recently here. It seems like he's clinching more after that knockdown.
Yeah, that's exactly what he has to do right now. Now he has to be able to just get past this little bit. It's kind of like being in a bad rapids. You know, you're going down those waterfalls. You better be in a canoe. You better be in something. This is his canoe. This is his raft.
Hurt, and he's playing keep away now.
He needs to stay away.
Good defense upstairs to stay away from that offensive assault. Wow! Roberto Duran's in a bad place right now. He was just a thumping body shot, puts him down. Beat the count, but oh boy, look at those legs, Teddy.
What legs?
He missed with, holy cow! Roberto Duran's in bad shape. He's in bad shape. Maybe a punch or two more, and he's on the canvas. Teddy, what does he need to think about now?
Well, one of the things that he'd love to get away from what's hurting him. He's going to have to find a way to tie up.
End of that round, and the knockdown was scored. Now, Teddy, the fighter who was floored, how do you treat him? Do you go soft on him when he comes back, or do you get right in his face? What's the way to approach it?
You have to know your fighter. You have to know the temperament of your fighter. Some guys, you know, they just kind of roll up into a ball, and they don't come out of it if you get too strong with them. Other guys, they react well to that. So you got to know what he reacts to first.
Stunned and staggered. And there's a clinch after clearly being damaged. He was on wobbly legs not long ago.
What is that, a chin, or is that Mount Rushmore?
Oh! Roberto Duran's in a bad place right now. He was tagged.
Keep moving.
He went from being on the edge of the cliff to now climbing back up the mountain.
Well, you know, that's where you'd want to know if a guy recovers fast.
Stunned and he is hurt. He is stunned, but somehow has the wherewithal to hang on. Blocks that belt line well. Stunned and he is hurt. And there's a clinch after clearly being damaged.
And a clinch that he needed very badly.
Black vivid.
As we have 60 seconds to go in this round. Good job staying away from the danger there. He just missed that shot up top. Gamboa. Oh, and there you go. Roberto Duran's been stunned. Gamboa is probably thinking that he just won that round, and with good reason, Teddy. He was just busier.
He was busy as controlling the tempo, is controlling the pace of the fight right now. You know, simply put, you're watching two guys.
Got a lot of infighting here. He's right there in the kitchen, Teddy, but I don't think he likes the way things are tasting.
No, this is not a restaurant that he wanted to make a stop at.
That's great stuff. He fires one right back after taking one. Gotta love the work by Roberto Duran. Now that's a veteran move right there. Hooking to the body off the jab. His opponent wanted the body, he wouldn't give it to him. Oh, that's gotta hurt. Roberto Duran stunned and he is hurt. That was not well targeted by Gamboa. Teddy, so much work in the gym goes into... Doesn't matter in this fight tonight.
No, this guy doesn't move his head. The old timers would say he gets insulted if you miss him.
stuff. In every which way they are.
Joe, you remember the time you were on a vacation, you saw that perfect sunset?
Oh, yeah.
It was just beautiful. This is beautiful.
Combination to the head. Roberto Duran's in a bad spot right now. He's been stunned. There's another left hand from him. I can imagine throughout your career you've been all over a lot of fighters for lack of movement.
Yeah, it's very, very frustrating because you start to wonder, does he want to win the fight? That's what you start to wonder.
Good clean shot, returning fire. Well done by Yuriorkis Gamboa. Holy cow! Roberto Duran stunned and he is hurt. Roberto Duran stunned and staggered. And there's a clinch after clearly being damaged.
And a clinch he needed like flowers need rain.
Parries that punch intended for the head. Oh, that's gotta hurt. Roberto Duran's almost out of it there. He was stunned. I don't know, Teddy. It just feels like one of those nights, one of those fights where somebody's getting hurt, where this is not going to the judges' scorecards.
I feel like I'm in Coney Island watching one of those hot dog eating contests where somebody's going to try to eat 50 of them, 60 of them. In other words, he's not worried how he's going to feel at the end of the night.
On the mark, Yuriorkis Gamboa's got it. Duran's in bad shape. He is stunned, but somehow manages to have the wherewithal to hold. Wow! Roberto Duran's in a bad place right now. He was tagged. And here he goes again with the clinching. Had his target in mind, but just missed. Play where I think you can clearly see that he's tired.
You know, that's a... He's not concentrating.
Stunned and he is hurt. Dealing with a knockdown now. He's got to find something within himself now to fight back. Stopping this fight. Yuriorkis Gamboa is going to have his hand raised by way of KO. The 10 count reached, his opponent out. He's the victor. Yuriorkis Gamboa is your winner by knockout.
Everybody but his opponent is happy now. That was an entertaining fight.
For Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore. Thanks for being with us. Enjoy the rest of your evening.